This is video number 2, just dealing with review problems from chapter 6. And I apologize for the echo in the first video. It's because I was sitting in the stairwell after team today or in between my classes. So that will explain that, and hopefully the sound quality is better this time. All right, let's look at this problem. Find the sum of the interior angle measures of a convex heptagon. Now remember, when we're finding the sum, we're finding the total of the interior angles. And we want to use our formula, n minus 2 times 180, which I told you it's really important to know when to apply that on the test. So we're going to say n minus 2 times 180, and we're going to look at what shape we're dealing with, which is a heptagon. A heptagon has 7 sides. So we're going to say 7 minus 2, which is 5, times 180, which is 900. That's our answer on that problem, simply finding the sum of the interior measures. Now the next problem takes that one step further. It's where we're finding each individual angle. This problem tells us that it's a regular decagon. Now this is a good moment for a review of two concepts, regular versus irregular. Regular means that all the sides and angles are congruent. So all the sides are congruent to each other and all the angles are congruent to each other. Irregular means just the opposite, that not everything is congruent. So find the measure of each interior angle of a regular decagon. So we're going to start the same way because we first got to find the sum of the interior angles. So we're going to use our n minus 2 times 180 formula. And a decagon has 10 sides, so we're going to say 10 minus 2. Are y'all seeing all these texts? I bet you are. Sorry about that. Let's see. So we're going to say 10 minus 2 is 8 times 180, which is 1,440. But remember, the problem asked for each individual angle, or each of the interior angles. It's a regular decagon, so all the angles measure the same. So we can simply say the sum of the interior angles divided by the number of angles, which is 10, and that equals 144 degrees per angle, per interior angle. All right, letter C. Find the measure of each interior angle of this pentagon. Well, in this case, you can tell that all of these measures are different, or a lot of these measures are different, because this is not regular, it's irregular. So what we're going to need to do is find out the sum of the interior angles. We can't do anything until we do that with these kinds of problems. And then we're going to need to add all of these up, make them equal to the sum, and then solve for C. So let's look at that. This is a pentagon. So I said n minus 2 times 180. That was 5 minus 2 because a pentagon has 5 sides, which is what n stands for. So that's 3 times 180, which is 540. Now let's take all those angles that we were given and add them up, as you can see that I did in this line, and set it equal to 540, and then solve for C. So we have 135C equals 540 and C equals 4. Then to tell the individual angle measures, all we have to do is plug C back into every angle. So you can see that I plugged it in here, and B and E are both equal to 72. And then you can see the other answers right here if you would like to do the math just to make sure that you're doing that correctly. All right, and moving on to 2 more examples. Example 4 says, find the measure of each exterior angle of a regular dodecagon. Remember what regular means. All the sides are going to be congruent, all the angles are going to be congruent, but of course here we're dealing with angles. So find the measure of each exterior angle of a dodecagon. That's a 12-sided figure. You need to be able to know that on your own for the test. And you also need to know that the exterior angles of polygons all add up to 360 degrees. So we simply say 360 degrees divided by the 12 angles equals 30 degrees per angle. And lastly, this one is similar. Find the value of P in polygon FGHJKL. These are all exterior angles, but this is not a regular polygon. This is an irregular pentagon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Actually, this is a hexagon. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. Okay, so this is an irregular hexagon, but it's still a polygon whose exterior angles are going to add up to 360. I did not do all the math on this one for you, but you're simply going to add each of these angles up, set them equal to 360 degrees, and then solve for b. And that's all they ask for in this problem. Find the value of b, and b is equal to 3 if you want to try that math on your own. Okay, that's the end of this video, and I'll have another.